What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everyone who support the platform. Much love, much love, much love. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. If you are in the building, if you are in the clouds, if you are here through the vertical feed, please hit that like button, y'all. Double tap your screens on the way in. And please, if you can hear me clearly, just drop a 1 in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Then let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Just drop a 1 in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, I got 1-1. Let me get some more ones, y'all. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me out there? Just drop a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. Shout out to everyone in the building. We're going to move on with the show. Salute to everyone that's listening right now. Salute to everyone that's listening. We're going to get into this conversation today. Shout out to UFO in the building. What's good, UFO? Salute to you, bro. And of course, we are back right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I'm your host, DS1 Ross. Of course, I appreciate all the love and the support. Salute to everyone that's in the building. As y'all can see, we're going to get into this conversation today. We are going to get into the conversation today. So, do me a favor, hit the like button on the way in. Hit the like button on the way in, double tap your screens, and share the show. Share the show, y'all. Y'all see the title. How the border czar is preparing for cartel war. Now, what a lot of y'all may not understand about this migrant thing that's going on, the mass deportations that's going on, the ICE raids that's going on. And since this has been going on, you know, in some cities, there's been a lot of protesting, a lot of public outcry. They're all over social media, all over TikTok. They're everywhere, just, I guess, using their freedom of speech. And a lot of them are, of course, Mexican, Guatemalan, Venezuelan, a lot of different ethnic backgrounds, right? And what they're complaining about is things being exercised correctly. See, listen. Shout out to UFO in the building again. Shout out to my brother Fierce Soul in the building. Salute, Fierce Soul. Shout out to my man Link. What's good, Link? Salute. What we have to understand about what we're seeing with these migrants all online complaining and protesting and crying and making up stuff. What we're witnessing is America being who America once was. See, what Trump is doing is Trump is not just making America great again, because that's just a slogan, right? But how he's doing this is by making America feared again. Trump and his administration is flexing America's muscle. See, I pay attention to strategy. Hey, L'Oreal, good to see you, sis. Good morning to you. One of my lovely lady mods that always come through and hold it down. Thank you so much, sis. Good to see you. Good to see you. Fierce Soul says, taking it back to the routes. Seth's son in the building. Peace, bro. Totally agree, Fierce Soul. Trump is letting the world know America is no longer and will no longer be the country for any of y'all to play with. This is what Trump is establishing. He's establishing dominance. He's establishing dominance. This is what he's doing. He's showing the world, hey, y'all been thinking we've been something sweet. Don't forget who America is. Don't forget. Don't let us have to remind you who we are. This is what Trump is doing. He's shaking these other countries up. This is why everybody was trying to push Kamala Harris to be in office. Because with Kamala Harris or half-dead Biden being in office again, that gave BRICS free reign to this country. Remember we did that show about BRICS? You see? They was coming trying to take this country. So while the American people is running around feeling like, oh, Trump is going to put us back into slavery. Trump is going to set us back. Trump is going to make everything horrible. Do you think if this country was being controlled by foreign nations, how do you think we would have been living in this country as Americans? So you don't think BRICS would have had Americans living like slaves in their own country? So under the Biden administration, we haven't been living like that? Barely making it? But all of these immigrants that could come to this country is awarded all of this extra shit and could come to our country and progress faster than us? Y'all don't have a problem with that? Trump is reminding the world that America is first. We not second, we not third, we first. This is not a third, second, or third world country. This is a first world country. And don't forget that. And don't forget what we've done for y'all. Because don't let me start pulling the receipts. See, that's what Trump is doing. Trump is reminding these countries, don't let me start pulling the receipts. So either y'all gonna fall in line or y'all gonna fall back. What y'all want to do? China? Huh? What y'all want to do? Mexico? Canada? What are you gonna do? Either you gonna fall in line or you gonna fall back. Because this our shit. Yeah, we've been asleep at the wheel. We've been asleep at the wheel for a little while. But don't forget who run the goddamn show. See? Hey, sis. Shout out to Bunny in the building. What's going on with you? Texas Hauler says we number one. Get down or lay down. Get down or lay down. The rodeo show. You see, y'all, do y'all remember when y'all was young? If y'all was just, I'm not even gonna say a bad child, just a child in general, right? And you know how you just keep doing stuff you don't got no business doing, keep getting in this stuff, and your father, he just chilling. You think he ain't watching you? See, this is America. America is like the father that's just been sitting in the room, letting their goddamn children run amok. Because you know daddy do that. Daddy will sit back and let you hang yourself. Let you just keep being bad all day. Keep acting up all day, all day, all day, all day. Until he come out that room. And that's when the kids, no, daddy, no, I'm sorry. That's these countries. See, daddy done came out the room. See, all these countries been running amok, shitting on America. Shitting on America. Coming here, doing what they want. Running through the banking system, scamming systems, all types of shit. Daddy done came out the room. And you know when daddy come out the room, some straightening gonna happen. No, daddy, no, I'm sorry. I didn't do it. This is what the countries is telling Trump. I'm sorry. We didn't know. We sorry. Daddy, sorry. Because you know daddy getting ready to tear that ass up. I'm sorry. No, dad, I'm sorry. Just give me another chance. Just give me another chance, daddy. Remember you used to do that to your dad when he getting ready to tear your ass up? Because you've been acting up all day. You've been acting up all day. And he just been letting you slide. Letting you slide all day. This is what America has been doing for years. Just letting it slide. Just letting it slide, L'Oreal. Just been letting things go. Now, daddy done came out that room. Now, daddy done came out that room. You see? Mm-hmm. And now, all of these immigrants, they on social media crying. Oh, that's evil. Why would you do that to a people? Why would you? Now they want to cry. We don't care about your tears. We don't care about your tears because let's make sense of this. Let's use our common sense. Let's use our common sense. Make sure y'all stay on topic in the chat. Do not come in the chat turning the conversation into something else. You'll get blocked. Right? Let's use our common sense. Hey, Classy Creole, shout out to you, sis. Another one of my lovely lady mods in the building. Good to see you. Good to see you, sis. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Shout out to Sin in the building. Good to see you, Sin. Another one of my lovely lady mods in the building today. Good to see you, Sin. Now, let's flip the situation around, because I mentioned this on a previous show. Do you think if a whole bunch of Americans got kicked out of Punta Cana and told us we can't be there, you think they'd care about us crying? You think they would care about us being all on social media? Oh, this is so horrible. He's evil. He's from the devil. No, get out of my goddamn country. We don't care about how you feel. Just like y'all don't care about how Americans come over there to y'all countries and y'all poisoning men over there. Oh, but nobody should care about that. We can't go to these foreign countries and get free fucking grants. Can we go anywhere in Latin America and get us a goddamn grant to open up a business? Can I go to Colombia and go to the bank, and because I'm an American, I can go get me a loan to open up a business, to sell American shit in Colombia? Can I do that? Y'all let me know, because I might be wrong. I don't mind being corrected. Can I go to Venezuela, move to Venezuela, right, and get welfare? Can I bring my 8 goddamn nigger kids from the projects in America and move to Venezuela and get $1,000, $1,500 worth of food stamps, and my rent is $4 a month? Can I go to y'all country and do what y'all do in America? See, if I can't come to your country and squad and be a goddamn squatter, I don't give a fuck about you crying. Oh my God. So what? Goodbye. I don't care about you crying. I don't care about none of that. Because I can't come to your country and do what you do here. Can I come to your country and get free Medicare? Huh? Huh? What up, Eric Ford? Benjamin Thomas in the building. How about some Peruvian EBT? Exactly. Exactly. L'Oreal says you'll be followed around. Exactly. Bolivian Section 8, anyone? Right. Can I go live in the projects of Colombia and pay $2 a month? So I don't care about y'all crying. I don't care about how y'all feel about y'all having to get out of here. I don't care. Most of y'all are living better than American-born citizens. Y'all get off the goddamn boat, come to this country, and get more benefits than a person can qualify for who live here. Get out of here. Get out of here. We don't need y'all here. Rob Dunn says they want to save their people, but when it comes to Africa, it's like, who gives a F? Right, cry me a river. Right, Paul. Cry me a river. And double tap y'all screens on the way in, man. Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all support the show. Make sure y'all support the show, because we're going to come back a little later, but we're not going to be here too long. So make sure y'all support the show if y'all would like me to extend the show. And we didn't ask you to come. Right, L'Oreal. We didn't ask you to come. We didn't ask you to come. So again, we don't care about your tears. Because what we're finding out, that a lot of y'all who are here are criminals. Y'all are criminals. Y'all criminals. Look how many ICE arrests that was made. You didn't see ICE dragging out women and their children. You didn't see that. You saw ICE going and arresting foreign criminals. People who may have fled from their country to America as fugitives. These are some of the same people who were shooting police officers in New York City. Who remembers that time period? These are the Venezuelans that's in Chicago warring with black gangs. These are these niggas that need to go. Oh, so y'all didn't hear about the Venezuelans starting to take over gang territory in Chicago? Came from Venezuela. Oh, but they don't need to get sent back to their country. And they're coming here bringing their cartel shit to America's soil. And this is why the border czar is ready to go to war with the cartels. This is why there's a lot of fentanyl in the streets. We talked about this about 2 years ago, where I told the brothers to stay away from the drug game because all the drugs are spiked. If you got a Mexican plug, trust me, and you paying a certain amount of money, your pack's got fentanyl in it. Whether it's weed, pills, cocaine, or heroin, it is fentanyl in that shit. The cartels are spiking the packs that are being sent to black neighborhoods. I bet you y'all didn't even know that. This is how fentanyl got in the hood. How you think fentanyl got in the hood? Nobody in the hood was cutting they work with fentanyl. There were other cutting agents. Baking soda. I got baking soda. Y'all heard OT Genesis? Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. When did the cartels started using fentanyl as a cutting agent? You see? Before, it was quinine, it was bonita, it was baking soda. Now, they're using horse tranquilizer. They putting tranquilizer on the dope. So if they ain't cutting it with fentanyl, they cutting it with the tranquilizer, the horse tranquilizer. This is what people is getting high off today. This all coming from the cartels. This is all coming from the cartels, that trank. This is all coming from the cartels, Fierce Soul. This is how you wage war, a secret war on a country. Because Trump, unlike Biden, unlike the Democrats are the ones who allow drugs here. It's the Democrats who love all that dope. Right, Kamala? Yeah. Tell me that ain't Kamala Harris. Yeah. Remember Biden was nodding out at the goddamn speech. But Biden was like this. People was like, yo, what's wrong with Joe Biden? He high, nigga. He high. We already know his son. You think his daddy don't like that dope? Young nigga, move that dope. 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 That's who love the dope. That's who like the drugs here in America. It's the Democrats. It's the Democrats. This is how the cartels was able to stay in business. Through the Democratic Party. It's the Democrats who like the mafia. It's the Democrats that make money off of crime. It's them. Yeah, his son is a crackhead. NY Nikki. Good to see you, sis. Shout out to NY Nikki in the building. His son is a bloody crackhead. That nigga smoke a stem. His son don't even smoke crack like rich people. His son use a stem. He don't even use, Hunter Biden don't use a pipe. That nigga use hard glass, a straight stem. That nigga got a stem cleaner. Hunter Biden has a stem cleaner. How much y'all want to bet if the police stop Hunter Biden and look in his car, they're going to find a stem cleaner? If they pull Hunter Biden over, I guarantee you they're going to find a stem cleaner. And, oh, he smoked crack too, 623 Lee. He's a crack smoker too. He's not just a cokehead. He smokes crack. That already came out. Hunter is a crackhead. He smokes crack. That nigga like that hard. He like that hard white. He don't just like that soft. He like that hard white. Shit be harder than these females' fake veneers. He like that type of crack. 623 Lee. That old school 90s crack. That crack that Wu-Tang was smoking. That combination that make your eyes bleed. He like that type of crack. Right. An aristocrat. That's a good one, L'Oreal. An aristocrat. A straight rock star. A straight rock star. Hey, Miss Camille, good to see you, love. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning to you. I hope all is well with you on this Sunday morning. Great to see you. Great to see you. Shout out to you. I appreciate everything that you do for this channel. Shout out to Miss Camille in the building. Shout out to all the lovely lady mods in the building. What up, Astro? Salute, fam. Classy says, DS1, what kills me is they get over here and want to wave the damn country's flag. If they love it so much, go back there. Exactly. Exactly, sis. Totally agree. Totally agree. So Trump is saying, listen, playtime is over. Playtime is over. And before we get into this video, let me say this to our community. Playtime is over. All that gang banging, all that street shit, all that spinning the block, looking for my ops, that shit is over. It's over. Because if y'all think that Trump is going to allow the Americans that is from America to continue in this chaos, you got another thing coming. So just like he's ready to go to war with the cartels from Mexico, from all them other places, Colombia, Bolivia, all them other cartels, you think he's not prepared to send you niggas up the river for the rest of your life? Tom Homan is not playing with y'all. All this gangbang, why you think all of them catching Rico indictments? Because they're all, and what y'all better be careful of, is they're gonna start calling y'all domestic terrorists. Trump is not playing. Trump is not playing. They're gonna start calling you gang members right here on American soil. I'm SWM. I'm the Blazer. I'm the Big Fool. I'm the Sig Well. I'm Big GD. Y'all are gonna be called domestic terrorists. This is what you gangs are gonna be considered. Domestic terrorist organizations. And if you are considered a terrorist in America, you can sit in prison for the rest of your life. You'll never come home. And you can be denied parole forever if you're considered a terrorist. They can lock you away somewhere in a mountain forever because you're considered a terrorist. This is what little bros. This is what they're gonna start labeling you and your homies. This is why they sending all y'all young brothers to the feds. Y'all don't understand what y'all are doing. Y'all don't understand politics. They're gonna start naming all y'all organizations terrorist groups. Terrorist groups. Be careful. Ain't no more gang. Go your ass home and play the game. Because all that shit is over. Because if you think Trump is playing with people that's right here, you got another thing coming. If he not playing with the foreign threats, you think he gonna be playing with the people that's right here? Why you think you seeing all these indictments coming? 40 people from this hood, 60 people from over here, 100 people from over. This is Trump. We're going to make America great again. He said we going back to the golden era in America, where people felt safe, where people went to sleep with their doors unlocked because they wasn't worrying about their neighbors coming and robbing them. This is what Trump talking about. And you think you little niggas gonna be running around with balaclavas on and Nike tech suits with guns on y'all? Y'all, all of y'all going to jail forever. You're never gonna see your mama again. You're never gonna see your mama again. So keep playing that tough shit. Keep thinking that that's cool. You and your homies, y'all gonna go to jail forever. Because all y'all gonna be considered terrorists, and you're gonna be crying to your mother in the courtroom. Ma! See, that's how I know that a lot of y'all still little boys too. Because when I be watching these little videos, I just saw a video with a young dude in court who was crying when they sentenced him. Ah! They crying like babies. Crying like babies. Talking all this tough shit. Mommy, mommy. This be you niggas that be spinning blocks, killing ops. Mommy. Niggas be shaking. Mommy, I'm sorry, I want my mommy. I thought you was a killer, nigga. I thought you was a killer. That's how these young boys be. Call my mommy. I need to call my mommy. Mommy. Ma. This you niggas. The big whoop-de. Ma. That's y'all. See, that's real life. See, you get on the internet and talk all this gangster shit, but in real life, ma. In real life, Allahu Akbar, Shalamaktahu, Halamaktim, Walamaktim Maktu, Halamashalamahatu, Bata, Halamahin, Halamatim Matumahim. What happened? What happened? Whoop-dee. What happened to Whoop-dee? What happened to Whoop-dee? Now it's Allahu Akbar, Hashala Hala Hada, Halahana. Now you niggas sound like the niggas in the corner store that y'all used to rob. Hashahana Hala, Hana Maktin, Raktu Makalamin. This is how you know this shit is fake. It's fake. You niggas are characters playing in somebody else's game. Young brothers, don't trick yourself off the streets trying to be something that's not real. Because all these niggas get to praying to God and wearing kufis when they sit in them prisons. All them niggas come home, halamaktu, halamaktin. All these niggas don't believe it. Or the most gangster niggas, Terrence Gangster Williams. Halamaktu, halamakin. You know why? Because when you going up against a whole nother force, now you you can't call gang. See, gang ain't gonna ride against the feds. See, gang gonna do what they told. Yeah, when them police tell you to open up your butthole so they could look in your peak hole, ain't none of that gangster shit no more. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The biggest gangster street nigga. Yes, sir. I'm gonna open my butthole for you. Yes, sir. And if he doesn't, they will throw his ass in a hole where he can't see nothing. And he butt ass naked. He don't want to go there. So guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna comply. And this is what you see going on. Because what these gangsters find out is that the government not playing with you. The government not playing with you. Trump is not playing with none of these gang members. Why you think they all talking about they doing outreach programs? Yeah. Calm that gangster shit down. Go sit down somewhere, nigga, and get you a cup of ice water and pipe down. Ain't no whoop-dee nothing. Ain't none of that. Your name is Abdul Rahim. Relax, homie. Relax. This is why we're finding out all of these dudes are rats. All your so-called big-time gangsters. Tell. Because this shit is fake. They all playing a role until the government say life. Outdate release. Deceased. That's when niggas' tunes change. And I'm here to tell y'all young brothers, Donald Trump is not playing with y'all. He's going to be even worse. Oh, yeah. Don't be surprised if they start raising the time if you get caught with illegal firearms. Oh, don't be surprised. You're going to get more time. I never go nowhere without my sitchy. My sitchy. Okay. 50 years. For the sitchy. 50. 50 years. Oh, because you don't want to go to work and act civilized. You a savage. You a savage. Okay, then that means you're not built for society. Sit in this hole for 90 years, Mr. Savage. I'm a savage. You a savage nigga, right? You a demon. You a demon. 100 years. This is what Trump getting ready to do to y'all. Tom Homan is not playing with y'all. Tom Homan, the new border czar, he was actually the person who was running ICE. Trump moved him up because he did such a good job with ICE. He moved him up. He bumped him up. Now he's the border czar. So you and your demons better go get you some water. Because Trump gonna put that fire out. All that fire, Trump gonna put all that out, homie. Y'all niggas gonna get lineman numbers. You're gonna get linemen, you and your friends. You're gonna get lineman numbers. 98 years, 66 years, 72 years. They're gonna give all the demons lineman numbers. You're not going to get wide receiver and quarterback numbers. You're going to get linemen and linebacker numbers. 56 years. Mr. Demon. 94 years. Demon. I'm a demon. Okay. Trump and his administration got something for all you little niggas. and all you little wiggers. We can't forget about y'all. You little niggas and little wiggers. Trump got something for all y'all. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard the new song that's going viral? Cracker got a hair like a skating shoes up. 1800 Rugrat. Now the white boys is drill rappers. Didn't I tell y'all that was coming too? 1800 Rugrat. Now he rapping about being a white boy who shoots schools up. Cracker got a hair like I'm shooting schools up. You a terrorist. What you think Trump gonna do to them? Mr. Demon. You're going to jail, homie. K-Flock is never coming out of prison. All them little niggas are gonna rot in jail because they are domestic terrorists. That is what gang activity has become. When these young boys get to fighting in the street, these young girls it becomes a melee. That is domestic terrorism. These kids are causing riots. That is domestic terrorism. Y'all are going to be cited as terrorists, just like these people from these cartels. So let's listen in on Tom Homan. Make sure y'all double tap y'all screens on the way in. Hit the like button, y'all. We about to get into this video. We about to get into it. Double tap y'all screens, hit the like button. Double tap y'all screens, hit the like button, hit the share button as well.
Asylum seekers in jail like conditions, and he was also called the deporter-in-chief by Latino activist groups.
We're not talking about President Trump. We're actually talking about President Barack Obama. However, both presidents had something in common. Tom Homan, a cop, Border Patrol agent, and the man tasked to create the agency we now know as ICE. He writes in his memoir why illegal immigration should not be a partisan issue. He also supports the family separation policy, something he says is not about punishment, but about consequences. So while the country braces for the sweeping changes for immigrants in this country, Tom Homan says he's just getting started. Border Czar Tom Homan joining us now. Good to see you. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about the raids that we've been reporting on. The initial phase, all about going in for those criminals, the violent criminals. Now I'm reading about car washes, going after certain businesses, arrests being made. If you're an illegal immigrant, you're out of there. So tell us exactly how many of these arrests actually involve people with criminal records other than illegal entry.
Look, I'm looking at the numbers this morning. We're about 14,000 arrests, and about 76% of them are criminals. That's the target of the operation, right? But where the collateral arrests happen when we're looking for the bad guy, and we find others with them. And we have told ICE officers they're going to enforce the law. Unlike the last administration, we're not telling ICE agents, ignore the oath you took, ignore the immigration law. Your immigration officers enforce those laws. And here's a problem. I would love to arrest a bad guy in a city or county jail, but in sanctuary cities, we don't have access. So they're going to release a public safety threat back into the community, which I think is foolish. Puts the community at risk, puts our officers at risk, and puts the alien at risk, because anything can happen on street arrest. So if sanctuary cities want to force me in the communities to find a bad guy, that's what we'll do. And when we find a bad guy, many times with others, if they're in the country legally, they're coming too.
Let me ask you about the numbers. It's been reported that you've got a goal of 1,500 arrests per day. Are you hitting that? Is there pressure to reach that goal, to get the numbers up?
I don't have a quota. I don't have a goal. I want to arrest as many as we can arrest.
So there's no word from the White House, we need more numbers.
I have sent no quota out there, but I've told ICE, I have asked the question this morning, are you happy with the number of ICE arrests? No, I'm not. We need to do more. We got over 700,000 illegal aliens in this country with a criminal conviction. So 500 a day, no, it's not good enough. We need to find these people and take them off the street.
You talk about taking down the violent criminals, the gang members, but then the illegal immigrants at places like the car washes and other businesses. What's your message to businesses if they have these folks working for them right now?
Well, I think I said from day one, the president's been clear. We're concentrating on public safety threats and national security threats. But if you're in the country illegally, you're not off the table, but you're not going to be a priority. But I'm sure the car wash, I'm not familiar with that operation, but I'm sure they're looking for a criminal, and they didn't find, they found others. But worksite enforcement is coming back. And why? Because number one, a lot of the employers will employ illegal alien. No one hires an illegal alien out of the goodness of their heart. They hire them because they work them harder, pay them less, and undercut the competition as U.S. citizen employees. But most.
Now, y'all heard what he just said? Shout out to everyone that's coming through. If you're new here, double tap your screens. Double tap your screens if you're just coming in, hit the like button. Right? Now, I wanted to stop it right there in particular because notice what Tom Homan just said. Nobody's hiring an illegal immigrant out of the goodness of their heart. They're hiring them because they can work them hard and pay them less than they can pay an American citizen. That's common goddamn sense. That's why they could take our jobs. That's common sense. It has nothing to do with DEI. It has nothing to do with DEI.
Most importantly, where do we find most victims of trafficking? Work sites. They have to pay the cartels off. They force them in labor situations, overwork them, abuse them. So many victims of trafficking are found at work sites. So that's another reason why we're doing worksite enforcement operations.
So
did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just said? He said most of these illegal criminals are being found on work sites. This is why the Mexicans run the construction shit. Because they hide on the construction sites. The same guys who work for these cartels. This is why they're gonna start. This is why Tom Homan said they're gonna bring back work enforcement. Open up your books. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? So criminal background checks are going to get extensive, y'all. And this is for national and domestic protection. Like he said, this is to protect the American people and to protect our country as a whole. Yes, William says DEI is a scam. I can't say that because I'm in school right now for psychology. So I can't speak on that, William. And Morgan says DEI became popular during BLM, George Floyd protests. L'Oreal says, matter of fact, what is DEI? Diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. This DEI is what is basically was basically like the back brace for the LGBTQ. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. You have to include people who come from different backgrounds, come from different ethnic backgrounds. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. This is the stuff that, you know, why companies had to put in for having certain hires. You have to have certain hires on your payroll. But what we found out is companies was using the DEI thing to get kickbacks from the government. So if you had an immigrant on your payroll, if you had a person who identifies with a different pronoun, certain companies were getting kickbacks. So like Tom Homan just said, companies were not hiring illegal immigrants out of the goodness of their heart. They were doing it for money. Because not only could they work the illegal immigrant harder and pay them less, they also was getting federal kickback money for having them Hired. Exactly, Ann Morgan. EEO/affirmative action spinoff. Exactly. Benjamin says basically a giveaway for numeral divergent white women and trans. Yo, Benjamin, you on one today, bro. A neurodivergent. You on one today, bro. Let's get back to it. Fair use, fair use, fair use.
During the campaign, President Trump talked about going after hardened criminals, right? The worst of the worst. Is that really who you're finding right now? The Washington Post we were just talking has a story about a man who's been in the country 24 years. He's got 4 children here. Works at a chicken processing plant, which, you know, sometimes get hard up for labor. And he had one conviction of driving without a license. And he's now being deported. Is that really what you want to do?
2 things. The priority right now is public safety threats and national security threats. And everybody we go to arrest, when we arrest a public safety threat, we know exactly who we're looking for, more or less where we're likely to find them, and other information. We have his criminal history, we have his immigration history. These are planned enforcement operation. It's not a sweep. We're not going through the neighborhood looking for people different than us. These are well-planned, investigated leads. Then we go out and look for the person we're looking for. But that person just messaged, is that country illegally?
Yeah.
He shouldn't be here.
He's got 4 kids.
He's working. If we want to send,
it's that simple. It's that simple. It's that goddamn simple. It's that simple. We don't care about your family story. That's your situation. That's for you to handle. Is he here illegally? Yes. Then he shouldn't be here. It's just that goddamn simple. I don't care about him having 4 kids, working at Purdue, working at goddamn Tyson's, and he got sent back home because he had 1 traffic violation. That's not why he got sent back home, sir. He got sent back home because he's here illegally. He shouldn't be here. I don't care. I don't care about that. That shit is irrelevant. That's a personal problem. He shouldn't be here. It's just that cut and dry. It's just that simple. We're not complicating this stuff. He ain't supposed to be here. Simple. Point blank, period. Right. He violated the law. Exactly, sis.
And a message to the whole world. It's okay to enter the country illegally. It's a crime, but don't worry about it. Hide out long enough to have a U.S. citizen child, you're immune.
You see that? You see that? You see that? Shout out to Tom Homan. You see what he just said? This is what's been going on in America for decades. You had illegals coming here, hiding out, finding some nigga in the projects, have a baby bomb. Now you a citizen. This is what's been going on. I had homeboys who fake marriages to get these people citizenships. And they was getting paid. It's a hustle. Playtime's over. Playtime's over.
If that's the message we send to the whole world, they're going to keep entering this country illegally. More aliens would die making that journey. You'll keep overwhelming the Border Patrol. When the Border Patrol gets overwhelmed, that's when the fentanyl comes across the court to kill 250,000 Americans. That's when sex trafficking goes up 600%. That's when the numbers of non-suspected terrorists cross the border when the Border Patrol gets overwhelmed. If you're in this country illegally, you got a problem. It's not okay to enter this country illegally. It is a crime.
Fair enough. So you're not just going after hard.
It is a crime. It is a crime. People in this country we've gotten so used to living criminally that we start thinking that this stuff is right. And then when this stuff start being taken away from us, we start thinking somebody doing something wrong to us. No, it's a crime. Just because you're used to committing crime, that doesn't mean it's right. It's a crime. And when you get caught, you will be punished. Simple. It's cut and dry. There's no explanation for it. You're committing a goddamn crime. All they have to do is follow the process correctly, and they can be a citizen. But they want to commit crime. Why are we trying to act like being here illegally isn't a crime? Oh, because we so used to it? Oh, because we grew up with Puerto Ricans, and we grew up with Dominicans, and we grew up with Cubans. Oh, so now it's something wrong with them doing something right, which is protecting us. What did Tom Homan say? And he continues to enforce this. If y'all are paying attention, he already said it 3 times. Right now, our main concern is public safety and national security. He said this 3 times already. We only 5 minutes into the video. Our main concern is public safety and national security. Y'all don't get it? Y'all have a problem with that?
Hardened criminals and the worst.
Well, absolutely. That is our priority.
Not just.
That is our priority, but that doesn't mean everybody else is off the table. If we run into somebody's not a priority, we will enforce immigration law. Name another federal agency or another law enforcement agency that we tell them.
GG Chica. Except they put tons of baskets to get your papers. It's not, I don't care if it's not easy to get your paperwork. Hold up, GG. Do you think I care that it's difficult for you to get into my goddamn country? I don't care. I don't care. Cry me a river. I'm feeling like Justin Timberlake today. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. Cry me a river. I don't give a goddamn. I don't know about them tears coming down these eyes. Let the goddamn song cry. GG Chica. It's not easy to get our papers. So what? It ain't easy to build a goddamn house. Who cares? I don't look for sympathy for me. Take your sazon back to where it belongs. That shit give us high blood pressure anyway. Take your sazon with you. We got garlic and all that other shit. Coriander and all that. We don't need sazon. You can go with your sazon. Get your ass out of here. Oh, it's not easy. It's a bunch of papers. Oh, you can't read? Read all the goddamn papers and fill them out. God damn it. It's called the process. That's what it's called, GG Chica. It's called the process. Either you gonna follow the process or take your ass home. Because guess what, GG Chica? When we take our black asses, when we take our nigger asses to your country, there's a process we have to follow. There's a bunch of goddamn paperwork we have to fill out. And then we got to fill out paperwork every goddamn month to stay in your raggedy ass country. I don't give a goddamn how hard it is. My homeboy DJ Kuda is in Asia. You know how many times he had to run his ass back to the agency, to the embassy? And the embassy is in a whole nother goddamn country. This nigga Kuda got to run from his country to another country to go to the embassy, so he could make sure that he could stay in this country. I don't give a goddamn if they make y'all fill out 1,000 sheets. Yeah, sis. This nigga Kuda was living, I forgot where he was living at in Asia. Where he was at? He was in Laos. This nigga had to go all the way, I forgot where it was at, to the embassy from Laos. This shit took like a whole day. Link is in the building. Link, no. If you're still listening, Link, tell me if I'm capping. Come on out the clouds and tell me if I'm capping. Kuda had to travel all the way from his country. That took him a whole day. He had to ride on a bus to go to the embassy so he could stay where he lives. He did this numerous times. So you think I care about a basket of papers? Right, Thailand. I think it was Thailand, cynical. She says DS1's not lying. Shout out to Club. Club says Walt Diddy had to do various amounts of paperwork to stay in Asia. Facts. I forgot about Diddy. Diddy out there too. Shout out to Walt Diddy. That's a fact, Club. I forgot Diddy moved to Asia too. Spartacus says, we love paper for a reason. Shout out to Country Girl Queena in the building. Good to see my lovely lady Mars this Sunday. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Good to see you, sis. I appreciate you, Queena. Yeah, Diddy too. I forgot Diddy moved out there. Let's get back to the video. Fair use, YouTube. Shout out to JB in the building. What's up, JB? Good to see you, Celine. Let's get back to it. What's up, Roxy? Appreciate you.
Don't enforce the law. It's just ICE. We're going to enforce law. We're going to enforce laws enacted by Congress and signed by the president. If Congress is going to enact laws that they don't want to enforce, then I think better things for them to be doing. Look, people need to understand illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. People say, well, they're coming here for a better life. I get that. But when you cause a crisis as big as the Biden administration did, that overwhelms the border to where 70% of agents pulled off the line, that's when all the bad stuff happened. I've been doing this for 34 years. People don't understand what happens to these people. There's been studies done that 31% of women that make that journey through the cartels get sexually assaulted. They get raped, not once, but numerous times. Children die in that border every day. While you and I are talking right now, women are being raped by the cartels as part of the requirement to cross this border. A child will die on the border today. And we're simply, a secure border saves lives, and that's what we're doing.
Tom, let me ask you about that. Actually, two things. I want to ask you about the cartels, and I do want to ask you about the trafficking. In your memoir, and I took note of this, you describe one of the most devastating moments in your career. You say in your book that you saw the back of a truck filled with dead bodies of those being trafficked. Are you worried at all that this mission could actually lead to the deportation of trafficking victims, or even cause those who are being exploited to not report it?
No. I mean, I think we made it clear, if you're a victim of trafficking, there's actually benefits to be given to you. As I just said, worksite enforcement operators, one of the main reasons we're doing it, to find victims of trafficking, because they need a lot of help from the U.S. government. So no, this is about prioritizing the worst of the worst. This is about arresting public safety threats and national security. However, we got 1.4 million illegal aliens in this country who had due process at great taxpayer expense. They've been ordered removed by a federal judge. We have to, those orders don't mean anything. If we go through this whole process, okay, you want to claim asylum? You got that right. You want to see a judge? You got that right. We'll make that happen. But at the end of that due process, if a federal judge says you must leave, if we don't make them leave and execute the orders, then what the hell are we doing? Just shut down the immigration court. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Take the border patrol off the border because there's no consequences. We have to enforce the law. That is what's required.
So let me ask you about the cartels. They've made a clear warning to you and to the United States that, we're going to escalate our violence. So now we're seeing not only Mexican troops after this deal that Trump made with Mexico's president, and also U.S. troops headed to the border. How are you going to utilize the military? We know what the military can and can't do domestically, but in a scenario like this, how do you plan on using the military? Could they get involved in the violence if the cartels strike?
Yes, and we expect them to. But the Mexican military, President Trump's able to get Mexico, put military on their northern border. That will certainly help. I think the cartels would be foolish to take on the military, but we know they've taken on the Mexican military before. But now we have the United States military on the border. We got the men and women of the Border Patrol. Do I expect violence to escalate? Absolutely, because the cartels are making record amounts of money. They're making record amount of money in alien smuggling and trafficking of women and children and drugs. However, as we secure the border, we've run long ways to secure the border. Crossings are down like 76%. We're taking money out of their pocket. They're not going to wait quietly, and that's why President Trump designated them terrorist organizations. I would send a warning to them. You heard a Border Patrol agent, you heard a soldier. The wrath of President Trump's going to come down.
Does that mean the military, our troops, U.S. military at the border with weapons, using weapons if need be?
They need to protect themselves. But the cartels, again, let me give the cartels a warning. If you harm a Border Patrol agent or a soldier, the whole world's going to come down to you. President Trump is a strong president. He is strong enough, and he has the ability to wipe them off the face of the earth. Now, that's the reason they were called terrorist organizations, designated terrorist organizations, because they've killed more Americans with their fentanyl and their drugs than any terrorist organization in the world. They are now designated terrorists. Do not harm our troops, or President Trump will bring hell rain down, and he has the ability to wipe them off the face of the earth. They can claim they're a pretty tough organization, the cartels, and they are, but they're not stronger than the power of President Trump.
Tom, let me ask you, you've been.
See why they hate Trump? See why these Mexicans and all these illegals hate Trump? Trump told them, we will wipe y'all off of the goddamn earth. That's why they hate Donald Trump. We will wipe y'all down. Act like y'all not going to do what we say, and we are going to exterminate y'all. That's America. That is old America, where nobody fucked with us. Nobody. Nobody. And this is what Trump is enforcing. We have a military. This is why he got all them goddamn mooks out of the military. Why you think he got all them mooks out of the military? If your pronoun is more important than you protecting your country, goodbye. Goodbye. Because we need soldiers. We need soldiers.
Been doing this since 1984 in law enforcement on the border. Over that period of time, we've seen this dramatic shift in the attitude of Americans about immigration. Polls show, when President Reagan was president, we had a very welcoming attitude about immigrants. Polls showed most Americans wanted more immigrants. Now, we've seen this very dramatic shift. What do you think of that, and what do you think caused it?
I think the American people have been educated, especially the last 4 years, when they saw images of 11,000 people enter this country and getting released. I mean, the federal law is clear. If you come to our borders without proper documentation, entry documents, the law says you shall be detained. Shall. Not maybe, not think about it. But what American people have seen the last 4 years, you cross the country illegally, you get released within 24 hours. You get a free plane ticket to the city of your choice. You get put in a free hotel room. You get 3 square meals a day. You get free medical attention. And in about 90, 120 days, we're going to give you work authorization, which is the real reason they came here. They're not coming here escaping fear and persecution. When you send that message to the whole world, they're going to come to the greatest nation on earth. I think people are realizing. So when you overwhelm the border patrol, that's the message I keep pushing. It's not just innocent illegal immigration. When you overwhelm the border patrol and take them out of their national security job because you're making sandwiches, changing diapers, making airport runs, doing all this humanitarian stuff, which they need to do. That's when the fentanyl came across, killed 250,000 Americans. That's when sex trafficking happens. When they create the gaps in the cartels knows this. So cartel knows, okay, the border patrol is overwhelmed. Now let's send a group of 100 family units to this area. So with the 30% left on the border, we'll seize that opportunity. Now we create gaps. Now we can run the gang members and those carrying fentanyl and those sex and trafficking women. They got a wide open area now. This is the unsecure overwhelming of the border has created all these other bad things to happen. And I think Americans are being educated at that. They understand it isn't just illegal immigration anymore. There's a whole ugly underbelly. Women, I'll say it again, women get sexually assaulted. While we're talking right now, they're being sexually assaulted. Secure border saves life. Let me add this. When President Trump had illegal immigration down 90%, when 90% less people were coming, how many women weren't being raped? How many children didn't die crossing the border? How many Americans didn't die from fentanyl overdoses because the border was locked down? How many no-inspected terrorists didn't make in the country? How many women and children weren't sex trafficked? Secure border saves lives.
You clearly, I mean, you make it very clear that you are all about taking down evil, getting rid of evil, and kids getting trafficked. You've seen it firsthand. But, at the same time, you're talking about deporting families back to dangerous countries. How do you square that?
Deporting back to dangerous country. What country is dangerous?
Well, it's all the countries that they're fleeing from. Venezuela.
There's a difference between fleeing violence and fleeing persecution.
Haiti, Venezuela, Haiti, which can't even it's run by gangs. Afghanistan. I mean, the countries that are dangerous. It's why they come to this country.
Let's talk. So they come to the border and make an asylum claim. People need to understand, what is asylum? Asylum is you're escaping fear and persecution from your home government because of race, religion, political affiliation, or participation in a specific social group.
We're seeing that.
So when you come to the border and make a fraudulent asylum claim, because I've never seen victims of persecution carrying the flags of their home country to the border, which we've seen. We've seen during the Biden administration, they're wearing a Biden t-shirt because President Biden opened the border up. While we're dealing with millions of people making a fraudulent asylum claim because they're really not escaping fear and persecution from the home government because of race, religion, political affiliation. The ones that are, that's the problem. When you get millions of people making a fraudulent claim, those in the world that really do need our help, because they really are escaping fear and persecution.
So how do you help them?
They're sitting in the back seat.
How do you help them?
Because they're overwhelmed the system.
How can you get asylum then? Let's just go by the book here, by what you just outlined. How can someone get asylum? What
you don't do to claim asylum is enter the country illegally. You go to the port of entry, make an asylum claim. And I've read the media outlets, well, that's what the CBP one. That CBP one app was
they shut down the app.
And they should have. It was abuse. If you look at the system, even they admit about 90% of the applicants weren't properly vetted. The asylum claim has to be done by case basis based on the merits of the specific case. None of that was done. When the president stands at the White House podium and says, I'm bringing 30,000 a month in from Haiti, Venezuela, and Nicaragua. Well, CHNV, Cuba, Nicaragua, Haiti, Venezuela. When he says I'm bringing 30,000 a month, where did that number come from? Where's the case-by-case analysis? Where's the specific? No, they've abused the asylum process. And if you look at what's happened, a lot of fraud occurred. People didn't really qualify for asylum. But while we're busy dealing with this asylum fraud, there are people that really do have the need to be protected, and they're sitting in the back seat because they've overwhelmed the system.
Can I ask about the temporary protected?
Now, y'all heard that? So to all of you people who are saying, oh, this is not fair. It's families that really need help. It's families that really need to get out their country and come to America. Well, why don't y'all start going against the people who are doing it illegally? Because as Tom Homan just expressed, the reason why the people who really need help, who really are escaping their country through asylum because of oppression, they're not being helped because all of the other people who are lying and who are frauding and scamming the system. It's just like here in America. All the people lying to get benefits, all the people scamming to get benefits, that by the time they get to doing all the work and trying to clear stuff up, the people who really needed help doesn't get the help. It's because the system is overwhelmed with fraud and scam. So if you want to know, oh, America just don't care about anyone. No, it's cleanup time. It's cleanup time. People been coming to this country on a false pretense of asylum. They're not running from no oppression. They're not running from no oppression. False claims. Y'all heard them. People were getting approved to come here, and where's the facts? Where is the proof to show that they deserve to be here? To show that they qualify? This is what's been going on. It's time to clean the swamp. Come on now. Let's get back to it. What's up, cassettes and records? Hey, Taylor, how you doing?
Status. The Venezuelans will lose that and now be deported. I was in Springfield, Ohio, a couple of times during the course of the campaign, in that Haitian community where President Trump said they were eating cats and dogs, and there was no evidence of that. They have settled in that community, and it has accepted them. They're performing important tasks. That community is growing. It was flat on its back. Are they the next ones? Will everybody who had temporary protective status lose it?
Well, if the Secretary of Homeland Security makes the decision to end TPS, then yeah, they'll have to be removed.
And how do you,
But the TPS, people's temporary protective status, it's never temporary.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the last time a TPS was canceled. But when the condition of the country changes, then that TPS is taken away.
You think that's going to happen for the Haitians and the others who are here under that?
If they lose TPS, then they no longer have the authority to be here. They absolutely.
Well, how about the Dreamers?
Dreamers is something the White House and President Trump are working on. But let's remember, his first administration, he had a plan for the Dreamers. What happened? Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer didn't accept it. Why? Because there was money for the border wall. So President Trump understands the Dreamer situation, and he'll be coming up with some policies in the near future to address the Dreamers. But he tried once, and he was shut down. One
more question. What would you say to some of these families, whether this man who's been here 24 years, some of the Haitians I met, contributing, they thought, to a country that they now love, and you're going to pull them out? I mean, it's an emotional question. Some of their neighbors will be emotional. I'm not advocating for them, but I just wonder about your personal reaction to the human side of this.
Immigration enforcement is emotional. It's very, I get it. It's always been emotional, always been controversial. But we're a nation of laws. If we want to send a message, which I think you're asking, enter the country legally, it's a crime. Show up in court, don't show up in court, get ordered removal. But if you hide out long enough, get yourself a job, have some U.S. citizen kids, now you're immune. You're immune from our laws. If that's the message we want to send the rest of the world, you're never going to fix this issue. Coming to this country illegally is a crime. If I was in Switzerland illegally, I wouldn't feel comfortable, and they shouldn't feel comfortable. They're in a country illegally. Many have been ordered removed by a federal judge after due process. They simply ignored the judge's order. It's not okay. ICE is enforcing laws enacted by Congress and signed by a president. There's a reason we do this. It's a matter of national security. You can't have strong national security if you don't have border security. So there needs to be consequences for entering our country illegally. We have millions of people standing in line, taking their tests, doing their background investigations, doing everything they can to come to the greatest country on earth the right way. They're all sitting in the back seat. Well, millions of people are crossing the country, crossing the border illegally and being taken care of by the Biden administration. No, we're going to force the law. We're going to set the system straight.
Fair
Tom
enough.
Homan, we appreciate your time. I hope you'll come back.
You got it.
Thanks very much.
Deal.
So, what do y'all think about that? I want y'all to get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. Tom Homan said, national security means a safe border, a protected border. He just explained in this 18-minute interview how we got fentanyl here. Fentanyl came through the borders, through these immigrants. Yeah, fentanyl, sex trafficking. What did I tell y'all a long time ago when we first started talking about the sex trafficking stuff in hip hop? What did I tell you? Why do you see all Spanish girls in the videos now? If you look at a lot of these guys, when they be in clubs, they be around Latinas. Where you think they're coming from? A lot of them are sex trafficked. They're sex trafficked victims. All of these video models, all these little white Spanish video models, they're coming from Colombia, they're coming from Brazil, they're coming from Bolivia, they're coming from Ecuador, they're coming from Dominican Republic, they're coming from Dominica, they're coming from Sosua. They're being sex trafficked. And they come into big cities like Atlanta, where the rappers are. Atlanta, look at the sex trafficking in Atlanta. Look at the sex trafficking in Texas, in particular Houston. Houston is a known what city? A known pimp city. Bunch of Spanish hoes on a track. Where you think they come from? They're coming directly from Mexico. Directly from Mexico. So all of these things that we're talking about is a border problem. The drugs, the cartels, the sex trafficking, the fentanyl. It's because of the border and the lack of national security and public safety. So if you are an American citizen, how could you be opposed to this? How could you? A lot of black girls are being sex trafficked too, and it's very bad. Absolutely, Jeray. Absolutely. Absolutely. And where do you think they're being taken? They're being taken to these other countries to be what? Prostitutes. They showed that in one of the first that I can remember sex trafficking movies. It was called Taken. Who remember the movie Taken with Liam Neeson? One of Liam's, top movies, Taken. That was about sex trafficking. His daughter and her friend were lured by a guy that they met online, and they were sex trafficked. That's what that movie was about, Taken. It's about sex trafficking. And what they do to them girls during the process and when they get to the end. Great movie. Facts, Spartacus. Everyone is illegally targeted. Targeting someone is not legal, Jeray. Everyone is being illegally targeted. Targeting someone is not legal. And Morgan says they just had to bust They just had that bus with all of the Chinese migrants in the van. Yeah. The Asians been doing it. They do the same thing. All the cartels do the same thing. They just set it up different. See how the Asians cover up their sex trafficking is through businesses. The Asians use the Chinese restaurants, the fish markets, and the nail salons. A lot of your salons are sex parlors. Did y'all know that? A lot of your nail salons, they sex parlors. Same thing. But shout out to Tom Homan, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning into today's show. If y'all enjoyed today's show, hit the like button on the way out. Hit the like button on the way out. Hit the like button on the way out. Shout out to my man Double C in the building. If you're just coming through, bro, you got to catch the playback. But shout out to everyone for pulling up. I appreciate all of the support. If you enjoyed today's show and you are new here, don't forget, hit that subscribe button on the way out. We will be back a little later, but hit that subscribe button on the way out and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to all of my lovely lady mods. Shout out to all my lovely lady mods for coming through and holding it down today. Salute to everyone for pulling up. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.